Okay, we're going to go on to quiz 68. 68. We're going to break. Well, I don't think it was going to go as long as this. Um, Here's some of the top scores from last week. All the scores were 20. Was Jean and Dave 26, John and Dawn 28, Jerry Smith 21, Josie and Bill 23, and the top of the board was Steve and Rita with a 32. Right, we're going to go on to the one we're going to start you with. Okay, here we go, round one. Don't forget answers in a pen and paper. Get them down. You might have to write some of these stuff down. Especially the music one, you might need to take a wee note. Number one, the APGAR score is a test given to who? The APGAR score is a test given to who? Number two, what is the world's most northern capital city? Okay, so what is the northernmost capital city in the world? Number three, Ulaanbaatar is the capital city of which country? That's number three. Number four, in which country was Skoda cars first produced? In which country was Skoda cars first produced? Here's a wee toughie. Austrophobia is a fear of what? Austrophobia. And number six, which country did Saddam Hussein invade in 1990, which led to the Gulf War? Number seven, who was the Emperor of Japan at the time of the Pearl Harbor attack? Who was the Emperor of Japan? And the last one, you might know this unless you've seen the film. You might have seen it in the papers, all the news and all. But 2009, this happened in 2009. What was the nickname of the pilot who ditched his plane in the Hudson River in 2009? Okay, the name of the film, they made a film about this, and the name of the film was The Guy's Nickname. If that's any help. Right, get them answers down on your paper because I'm going to hit you with the scores here. So if you want to go back on some of them, just rewind this YouTube or something, wherever you're watching it on. The APGAR score is a test given to who? It's newborn babies. And the northernmost capital city in the world is Reykjavik in Iceland. Ulaanbaatar is the capital of Mongolia. And in which country was Skoda cars first produced? It was Czechoslovakia. And austrophobia is a fear of what? It's not stars, it's thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning. In which country did Saddam Hussein invade in 1990, which led to the start of the Gulf War? It was Kuwait. And who was Emperor of Japan at the time of the Pearl Harbor attack? It was Hirohito. And what was the nickname of the pilot who ditched his plane in the Hudson River in 2009? It was Sully. Sulley. Sully. Right, here's where you're going to need a bit of paper. So get them scores down, and you're going to need a bit of paper to write some of these. This is a music one. So I'm giving you a wee list of maybe about 4, and there's one missing, so you need to write it down. You'll get me as I go along here. The Bee Gees have had 5 number 1s. I'm going to tell you 4 of them, and I want you to tell me what the other one is that's missing. Okay, so the Bee Gees had 5 number 1s. One of them was Massachusetts. Night Fever. Tragedy, You Win Again. So what's missing? What's the other number one? So they've had Massachusetts, Night Fever, Tragedy, You Win Again, and what was the fifth number one? Number two, Stand and Deliver, Prince Charming, and Goody Two Shoes were all number ones. Two of these number ones was by Adam and the Ants, but there was only one of them by Adam Ant as a solo. So which one was by Adam Ant, not the Ants as well? So you have Stand and Deliver to pick from, Prince Charming or Goody Two Shoes. Only one of them was by Adam Ant as a solo. Right, I'm going to give you four number ones by T-Rex, three number ones. They had four, but I'm going to give you three. I want you to tell me what the fourth one was, okay? So you've got Metal Guru, Telegram Sam, and Get It On. But what was their biggest number one, staying at the top spot for 6 weeks? Okay, so you have Metal Guru, Telegram Sam, Get It On, all number ones, but I've left out their biggest number one selling hit, which was number one for 6 weeks. So what was that song, do you think? The Sweet, remember Sweet? The Sweet, Brian Conley and all, they had five number twos. They've hit the bar a lot of times. They had five number twos, but they only had one number one hit, which is surprising. The Sweet have only had number one hit. What was the Sweet's only number one hit? Number five, Shakin' Stevens has had four number ones. I'm going to read you three of them, and I want you to tell me the fourth number one of Shakin' Stevens. Okay, he's had a number one with Oh Julie. He's had a number one hit with Green Door, and he's had a number one with This Old House. But what was his other number one hit? Number six, Michael Jackson debuted his moonwalk during which song? Okay, when did Michael Jackson debut his moonwalk? In which song did he do this? Number seven, who was the original drummer for the Beatles? Number eight, who was the oldest person to have a UK number one hit? Okay, who was the oldest person to have a UK number one hit? Get them answers down, and I'm gonna, in a few seconds, I'm gonna give you the answers. So if you want to go for them, you need to rewind the YouTube back out of you're watching it on. So here we go. The Bee Gees have had five number one hits: Massachusetts, Night Fever, Tragedy, You Win Again. The missing answer was I've Gotta Get a Message to You. Stand and Deliver, Prince Charming, and Goody Two Shoes, all number one hits, but there was only one hit by Adam and the Ants. It was Goody Two Shoes. T-Rex have had four number ones: Metal Guru, Telegram Sam, Get It On. But what was their biggest number one, staying at the top for 6 weeks? If you had to put down Red or White Swan, you'd be wrong. It was Hot Love. Hot Love was their biggest hit. The Sweet have had five number twos, but what song was their only number one hit? Wasn't Teenage Rampage? Wasn't Fox on the Run? It was Blockbuster. Shakin' Stevens has had four number one hits: Oh Julie, Green Door, This Old House, and what was his other hit for number one hit? Merry Christmas Everyone. And Michael Jackson debuted his moonwalk during which song? Billie Jean. And who was the original drummer for the Beatles? It was Pete Best. And who was the oldest person to have a number one hit in the UK? It was Captain Tom Moore at 99 years old. Captain Tom Moore. Right, get the scores down, and we're going to move on to round 3. Who is the only British monarch to have been executed during his reign? Number 2. Actor John Thaw was married to which actress for almost 30 years? Number 3. Sir Francis Drake circumnavigated the world, the first Englishman to do so. What was the name of his ship? And number 4. What does the German word Blitzkrieg mean? Okay, what does the German word Blitzkrieg mean? Right, I'm going to give you $5 way in this question, so I'm looking at a number. How many people died aboard the Hindenburg when it exploded and crashed? So I'm going to give you $5 side. Number 6. Who invented a lamp that could be used in flammable environments like coal mines? Okay, so who invented a lamp that could be used in flammable environments like coal mines? And number 7. What Bond movie did Sheryl Crow sing the theme tune from? Sheryl Crow. Number 8. Who was the first British Prime Minister to be born during Queen Elizabeth II's reign? Okay, so who was the first British Prime Minister to be born during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II? Okay, answers down. Don't forget, folks, now to let me know, give me a wee text or give me an email or give me a WhatsApp or something of your scores so I can take a note of them, but I can have a look at my phone and see who's who and who's got over 20. Right, here's the scores. So if you want to pause it or go back on anything, I'm going to give you the scores now. Who is the only British monarch to have been executed during his reign? It was George I. Actor John Thaw was married to which British actress for almost 30 years? It was Sheila Hancock. And Sir Francis Drake circumnavigated the world, the first Englishman to do so. What was the name of his ship? It was the Golden Hind. And what does the German word Blitzkrieg mean? Lightning war. And how many people died aboard the Hindenburg when it exploded and crashed? You've got $5 way. The answer was 35. So if you've anything between 30 and 40, give yourselves a point. Number 6. Who invented a lamp that could be used in flammable conditions such as coal mines? It was Humphrey Davy. And which Bond movie did Sheryl Crow sing the theme tune from? It was Tomorrow Never Dies. And who was the first British Prime Minister to be born during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II? It was Tony Blair. Okay, get them scores down. We're going to go on to round 4. Number 1. Which river flows through Rome? It's hard to say. Which river flows through Rome? Here's one that might get a few years here. Which Slade song starts with the lyrics, baby, baby, baby? And an Audie Holder voice sort of thing, if you can picture it. Okay, so which Slade song starts with the lyrics, baby, baby, baby? Number 3. In which continent is the Caspian Sea? Okay, which continent is the Caspian Sea? Number 4. What island in the Caribbean calls its nationals Bajans? Okay, so which island in the Caribbean Sea calls its nationals Bajans? Number 5. What's the more common name for the painful condition bursitis? Okay, so what's the more common name for the painful condition bursitis? Number 6, wee Bible one. According to the New Testament, which celestial body guided the wise men to Jesus' birthplace? Okay. According to the New Testament, which celestial body guided the wise men to Jesus' birthplace? Number 7. What name can be a moon of Saturn or a South American species of flightless bird? Okay, so what name can be a moon of Saturn or a South American species of flightless bird? Number 8. Where was Queen Victoria when she died? Whereabouts was she? Was she in, was she in London, or was she in, where was she when she died? Right, get them answers down. Then we're going to head on to round 5 after I collect the answers. Just to clarify a wee question somebody brought up last week. I think I said the question wrong. I asked, what was the first drink dispensed from a vending machine? And the answer was, of course, holy water. But somebody told me you don't drink holy water. Apparently you could, like, I think it's just water in it. It's maybe a bit of holy in it or something. It's you could drink it if you want, but it's actually not a drink. So I was supposed to say what was the first product maybe to be sold from a vending machine, not a drink. What was the first product sold from a vending machine, which was holy water? Around about 8 BC. It was Romans. You put a Roman coin into this thing and it released a wee bottle of this stuff. Right, we're going to go into the answers here. Which river runs through Rome? It's the Tiber. And what Slade song starts with the lyrics, baby, baby, baby? It's Come On, Feel the Noise. And in which continent is the Caspian Sea? It's in Asia. And what island in the Caribbean calls its nationals Bajans? It's Barbados. And what's a more common name for the painful condition bursitis? It's housemaid's knee. And according to the New Testament, which celestial body guided the wise men to Jesus' birthplace? It was the Star of Bethlehem. And what name can be a moon of Saturn and a South American species of flightless bird? It's Rhea, R-H-E-A, Rhea. Where was Queen Elizabeth when she died? She was on the Isle of Wight. Get them answers down, the scores down, and let me know. Don't forget to let me know. We're moving on to round 5, and it's been 2 toughies here. But you'll do well. You'll do well here. Before 2009, what was the Willis Tower called? Okay. Before 2009, what was the Willis Tower called? You'd probably know it better by its the other name, but it's called the Willis Tower now. But what was it called before 2009? Number 2, what was being advertised in Britain's first ever TV ad in 1955? Okay, number 3, which medical drama series was set in the fictional village of Tonnockbray in Scotland? Which medical drama series was set in the fictional village of Tonnockbray? Number 4, who did Lisa Marie Presley get married to in 2002? Okay, who did Lisa Marie Presley get married to in 2002? Here's stuff I used to get a load of when I was younger. I remember when I was running about the streets in Malvern Street and Brownlow Street eating these sweets. Blackjack sweets and fruit salad sweets are made by which brand? Okay, so who makes blackjack sweets and fruit salad sweets? I'm sure you've all had a few of them in your day. Fruit salads and blackjacks, they made all your mouth all black and all. Number 6, where would the 1916 Olympic Games have been if they hadn't been cancelled due to World War I? Okay, so where was the 1916 Olympic Games supposed to have been held before they were cancelled in 1916 due to World War I? Number 7, Charles Ludwig Dodgson was better known by his pen name. What was it? Charles Ludwig Dodgson was better known by his pen name. What was his pen name? And the last one of the quiz, number 8. What US city is called the City of Brotherly Love? Okay, the City of Brotherly Love. What's it called? Right, get them answers down. We're on to 21.5 minutes here. Trying to get this finished before 22. Answers. Before 2009, what was the Willis Tower called? Sears Tower. What was being advertised in Britain's first ever TV ad in 1955? It was toothpaste. I think it was SR. It was toothpaste. And what medical drama series was set in the fictional village of Tonnock-Bray? It was Dr. Finlay's Casebook. And who did Lisa Marie Presley get married to in 2002? Nicolas Cage. And blackjack sweets and fruit salad sweets are made by which brand? Barrett. Okay, Barrett. And where would the 1916 Olympic Games have been if they hadn't been cancelled due to World War I? Berlin. And Charles Ludwig Dodgson was better known by his pen name. Who was he? He was Lewis Carroll. And what US city is called the City of Brotherly Love? Philadelphia. Right, that's your lad. And I don't think I've forgot to give you the answers for any rounds this week. And hopefully I haven't made any mistakes this week. So let me know your scores. If you get me on WhatsApp, email or a text message, or if you see somebody that knows me, tell me, and I'll give you a wee mention next week if you get over 20. Okay, good luck.